guys, so welcome back to the channel, and we are back after our setback. Right, so in case you don't know what happened, there's a link right here. You can check it out. And if you don't want to check it out, then all I can say is it did not go as planned. Right, but we can't cry for long. So let's get back. So what are we going to do in this video? Right, so in this video, on priority basis, we're going to make a cost proposal for my previous company in order to freelance with them, right, on a couple of things. So that is going to be an interesting thing, I would say. So we're going to do some research on what people are charging for the kind of work that we're going to be doing for my previous company, and we're going to send a cost proposal to them. And then I'm going to tell you something really cool about a very underrated piece of equipment when you're on any journey, I would say, whether it's career or entrepreneurship. That is the whiteboard, right? And how best to utilize your whiteboard and why it's so important. And then post that, we are going to build the brand for the dogboarding side hustle. Right? So I think this is like a lot of stuff that we have over the next few days, and I can't wait.
So first, we're going to go on Fiverr to see the kind of rates people are charging for marketing freelance work. While we're not going to charge the same rates, this would be a great reference point for us to start when we are coming up with our own prices. Then we'll start making our own rate card on a document. So we'll start with segmenting the work into different sections like website work, design work, etc. And then we'll put our prices against each of the different kind of tasks that come under each of these segments.
So after doing our research and finding out what prices we should ideally charge, we have now created a document, and I'm going to take you through it.
So as you can see, it's a very well structured document with clear headers and subheadings. We have also clearly articulated what is included and excluded so that both the vendor and the client are on the same page. I've blacked out the pricing for confidentiality reasons. At the bottom, we have put some pointers, which is like terms and conditions. And the reason we have done that is, to include all the extra stuff such as, realistic timelines, payment info, and other things.
So I think the prices are fair, but it doesn't look so great. The document doesn't look so great. That's because we don't have a brand yet. Otherwise, I could have branded it. But now I will try to figure out some other way which we can make it look good for the time being, and we can then send it across to my company, and hopefully things will come.
So for starters, we designed a very professional looking cover, and then we followed that up with a personal note for the guy who's reading it, which I think is a very nice touch. Then we put in the same stuff which we had in the document, which are the rates and the terms and conditions. And finally, we put like a plain cover at the end to make this, a very professional looking document that's worth sending to a client.
So guys, after beautifying that proposal, we sent it across yesterday. So that's A+ on productivity, I guess. And now I'm gonna just take a different turn. So I'm gonna tell you guys about this very important tool called the whiteboard. So I know what you guys think. Yeah, whiteboard, we all know that. And my opinion, the whiteboarders, like, only show-offs keep it. They just want to show people like what they're doing, and they keep it. But until I got one, and then I realized, what a powerful tool it is. Because I'll tell you an amazing story. When I was in 12th grade, the first term exam was out of 90 marks. And I scored only 30 in business studies. And then the final exam, it was out of 100, and I got a whiteboard and I started studying. So I used to study, and then I used to write the stuff down on the whiteboard so that it would always stay in front of me. Guess what? I topped the school in the final exam. This was just, I think, what you would say 6 months apart, right? I ended up getting a 96, right, on my exam. So that's, for me, the power of whiteboard. So I think whether you're studying, whether you're working, or whether you're in entrepreneurship, whiteboard is a must. Okay, so instead of giving more gyan on whiteboard, I'll show you how, I actually segment my whiteboard and I keep track of stuff. So that, in case you plan to get a whiteboard and you would like to do the same thing, be my guest. So ideally, I would have liked to divide the whiteboard into 5, which would be the 4 things we were focusing on, plus upskilling. But here, since there's no space, I made it into three. So work, which is all the freelance stuff, the content side, which is the two channels, marketing with Gracious and Graciously Unemployed. And finally was the upskilling thing, which is very important. So a lot of people, once they start going out on their own, or even when they're working, they think upskilling is not important because you have money coming in. But upskilling is really important and worth your time. So you might feel like you're not earning money at that point of time, but especially in freelance, it's very rewarding, right? Because the more skills you can learn, the more you can cross-sell to a client and make more money, right? So upskilling is like super important. There's no limit to how much you can earn. And today with AI and stuff, like learning a skill is not as difficult as it used to be. So I would say, in case you guys are going out on your own, or even if you're simply working, try to pick up a new skill every now and then. Okay guys, so now we're going to start building the dog boarding brand, right? So first we're going to do a lot of reading. So let's get started.
Since we have spent a lot of time at our workstation sitting on a chair, and because normally I like to pick a comfortable spot when I'm reading, we decided to switch to the couch. Post that, we put our thoughts and the direction we were going into a document, but obviously it's not going to look good yet. Then we went into Illustrator to design the logo and some of the other graphics that were required for this brand book. And then we put the brand book together on PowerPoint, which I'm going to quickly scroll through now. Don't worry if you don't get a good look, because I will be uploading this as a separate LinkedIn post.
So guys, after 2 days of intense efforts, we finished the brand book, right? And I'm not going to go too much into detail, like you saw, because I think the video is already long as I'm shooting. And I thought I'd make a separate video about the brand book and how we conceptualized the brand and the idea behind the brand itself. And yeah, that's about it for this video. I hope this video was fun. I had a lot of fun over the last 3-4 days, making this stuff. And I'm looking forward to the next video. So in the next video, we are going to make a proposal for our freelance work, because we've already got a couple of people inquiring about our work, and now we want to send them a proposal. So for that, we'll need to create, a portfolio kind of profile. So we're going to get to that, right? So that would be also a lot of fun. So, I hope to see you there. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and, thanks for your support. See you in the next video.